What's up? What's going on, people? It's your boy. I'm sorry for the background noise. They're working outside and they're coming by my house right now doing some green thumb, you know, gardening, making sure everything looks adequate. But I'm your boy, Jermaine McCrimmon. This is Humanity Unplugged. And I'm sorry, guys, for this noise you might be hearing. It's only going to last for about 20 seconds, or maybe 12 the most. Hopefully, you guys have been enjoying all the episodes and so forth. So we'd like to thank you guys for commenting on all social media platforms, participating with us, just showing us a lot of love because love is love. You give love, you receive love in return. And it's another episode, man. I'm happy to be here. This is going to be your Thursday's episode 53 coming out. And I want to bring forth a couple of things that's been on my mind. I wasn't going to talk about this today, but it's such a big deal. It's such a big deal in our economy and our world that we live in. And we need to stay on top of what's really going on. And I'm not going to hold you too long today, but I'm going to get some points and then I'm going to be out. First off, and all, we always got to give honor and glory to the Most High, who give us the wisdom and knowledge to stay on point, to give us our health and strength just to move and be a provider for our families. For those of you all around the world, hopefully you guys are safe in your area and you're doing well. Things are working out for you and yours. And if you might be going through something, just be patient with it. Trust the man upstairs and things will work out. So, in today's episode, we're going to talk about New Jack City. New Jack City is a movie that came out back in the 80s, maybe 90s, I think. And it was about the drug epidemic and how it took over in certain places. The movie was based on some things that happened in New York. And, and since then, excuse me, I'm sorry. And since then, some things have happened. And it's been a legendary movie because of the fact of they're glorifying how drugs change your community. And that's what's happening right now in 2025. There's New Jack City again, and it's all over America, but it has taken control of a big area in Baltimore. South Baltimore has been devastated with drugs and the drug cartel. They are doing their thing out there. They are selling drugs at a rapid rate, and people are walking around there looking like zombies right in front of the police. Transactions are being made. Of course, they're going to say it's not happening, but anytime people are outside and police is outside and there are people with programs trying to help people that's strung out on drugs and they still getting they copping drugs in the same little area, it's hard to say, and I'd be stupid to say to you that everyone that's not on drugs don't know where the drugs are coming from. Everyone not on drugs don't have an idea of what corner is coming from, what area is coming from, what building is coming from. If you can tell me you know where they're selling drugs, you know where the drug addicts be sleeping, you know exactly where the drugs are coming from, what building, the drug dealers and all that. You know all that. You're there every day. You're in the thick of it every day. It's impossible for you to tell me you don't have a clue on what's going on in Baltimore or where it's coming from and who's in charge of the gang banging. Because these people that sell drugs, they're very intelligent. They're not slow. They're out there for that long. That means they know how to work the system and to still be productive in doing what they do. Now, in the last couple of weeks, they talked about New Jack City is a new drug, actually. It's a new drug that they gave out to a bunch of drug addicts, people that have addiction. We call them drug addicts. Sometimes you might call them dope heads or dope, people, or people that just cannot function. They must get their fix. They must get their high. And fentanyl is a drug that's been out for a little while that they've been lacing in a lot of different things. And it really tears you up. Fentanyl ain't no joke. So things were a little different now that fentanyl been introduced into all the drugs, and I don't think it should be introduced to the opioids. But if it is being cut and laced, it's all being cut and laced because people want you to get all the way stuck. And sometimes you don't come back. People pass, people die. So in the last, I would say, couple of weeks, it's been like that. It's been a epidemic hitting Baltimore heavy, where people are standing around just falling out, foaming at the mouth, dropping dead, left them not dead, but just dropping out, needing Novocaine, or that can they call it, to just revive them and have them some sense where they know where they at. And we're not in a secluded area. We're in downtown Baltimore, buildings, people walking by, cops are on the corner. They see it. It's right there in front of you. And I'm just saying it's hard to contest or to say that we can't put a stop to that. But I want you to understand the term that there's a method to the madness. And when I say that it's a method to the madness, please hold on one second, guys. But just keep in thought, method to the madness. Give me 1 second. So when I say to you, method to the madness, I'm sorry. I had to do some recalculating. When I say to you, method to the madness, I want you to understand what I'm saying. I'm saying there's a mean to it because it offers other things. And when you make the comparable of method to the madness, meaning that in order for our economy to truly exist, we need to have issues. Because when you have issues, you have people solving problems to the issue. Therefore, it creates a coexistence of the problem solvers and people who have the issues, because it's money being raised in between. Since you have a problem, we're going to have people solve your problem, but we're going to need funding. So when we have the funding, then we can try to solve your problem. And this is how economy works. There's always a problem, and there's always someone trying to solve a problem, and that's how you get things moving. So, and you have this on a higher scale. You also have this where it's the legal way to do things and there's an illegal way to do things. Okay, so when we look at the comparison, and I'm just going to break this down a little bit to you, but if you like me to go deeper, I shall. But leave it in the comments, leave it on the social media to go deeper into it. But I'm going to go, and this is the 53rd episode, and I want you guys to understand that there's not too much of a difference between a drug dealer and a pharmaceutical uh, organization. Just say Walmart or Rite Aid. There's no too much of a big difference and distinction between the two, because when we break this down and look at that, they both offer something to solve your problem. So, and they both need each other. They both work with drugs. They both have a scheduling time of work. They both have a location where you can get your drug. They both have a copayment between a drug dealer and going to Rite Aid or Walgreens or wherever you go and get your medication. Now, for the legal citizens, your copay could be $3 every time you need to get your medication. For a drug dealer, it's a one-time fix. And then when you run out, you come back and you pay again. And this happens repeatedly, repeatedly, over and over and over and over. So now you have a short run because the short run dealing with the drug dealer is not legal. Eventually, it will catch up with you and the cops will arrest you because those are the results of doing stuff illegally. The long run is me putting you on you know, some type of medication, subscription to a medication. And what happened when I give you this medication and put you on it, the longevity of me keeping you around, I get to drain your Medicaid or your coverage. I get to also tear you down using this medication and strung you out on your situation. Now, it might look to you that you're winning because you're still here, but over the long haul, the drugs tear up your organs and they put you out of business eventually. So instead of dying 10 years being on drugs from the corner man, dope man, the pharmaceutical companies and the pharmacy will keep you alive 25 years and they'll tear you down legally. So it's not seen. So the drugs have an effect on your body and slowly they'll walk you to the gravesite. The other comparison to this is one needs the other, where if you decide to stop being on drugs and you say, hey, listen, I'm tired of doing heroin, I need to get off heroin, or I'm tired of doing crack. So what they do then is prescribe you. I might have said subscribe before, but it's prescribe you a medication that'll help you cope with the rejection or the issues that come from not taking heroin anymore. Your nerves might be shutting down, your kidneys might be really damaged. So now they put you on a prescription for other drugs to cope with you not being on heroin anymore and things like that. So these prescriptions that they put you on, please understand, they have side effects just like when you was using drugs illegally on the corner. And that's the first comparison of the two. Excuse me, I had to get a little coffee. The second comparison of the two is they both get their drugs wholesale. They both get their drugs at a very cheap rate. They both offer it to their community affordable where you can get access to it. Now, at certain times with a pharmacy, they might not be open 3 in the morning, depending on what your community needs. Some pharmacies are open 24/7, just like the drug dealers stay open 24/7. 7 days a week, 365 days, you can go get your fix, you go get your high. You want to get your weed, whatever it is, you're still addiction, it's still weed, it's still illegal. This is what you're doing. And this calls for a demand on the drug dealer to be out there supplying his demand. Just like in the pharmacy world, the prescription is given to you, and when you run low, you got to go get it. Your body don't know how to act when you're not on it. Your nerves, your hands might start shaking. Your kidneys going all over the world with the toxin, and your liver and your heart is beat is not regular anymore. Your pressure goes up. You need your fix to get you straight. Now, the thing about that is America respects prescriptions because it brings revenue into our economy, into our world. Having diseases or having a problem creates the resolution to the problem. It creates income. It creates a need, a world. We need things to work for people because we always messing with things. So therefore, we need something to offset the problem. We need something to cope with the condition we're given or we're creating. So therefore, we can raise money and drag out the process of the American dollar and the economy. So when we look deeper into this, what's the big difference? Well, the big difference is with drug dealers, they're not being they're not being taxed. See, this is all about tax money and who's getting their hand washed when it comes to drugs. In Baltimore, it's going on like this at a large rate, and it's impacting the community because no one is stepping in to put an end to it. They can end it real quick. But if you end it, then how are we raising money? Every city has a problem. It's just how bad you want to solve the problem. That's all. It's how bad you want to solve the problem. Because if you really want to solve the problem, then you'll take out the necessary force that's needed and actions taken to stop it. It's quite simple. It's not difficult to understand. The lawmakers make the laws. We know how to go around the laws when it's needed. When it benefits the government, we know how to do it. When it doesn't benefit, the government turns his eye, turns his head, and looks the other way. And therefore, it's not beneficial. So I'm telling you, you have to understand that certain conditions, there's a cause to an end, a cause to effect. There's a need to it. And these drug dealers are causing people to, in the longevity, be strung on other drugs that's legal. So they let you get high because they know eventually the drug dealer gonna go to jail or get killed. The people that's on drugs, body gonna shut down. They're gonna need the legal drugs to support them. So it's a recycling effect. Medicaid's getting their funding because everyone that's on drugs is on Medicaid or Medicare or somehow need coverage. There's a need for the Narcocan because people are not going to stop getting high. So you got to keep producing that. There's a need for recovery centers, but people are going to keep getting high because people still going to have stress and problems, no jobs and no welfare, no funding, no food stamps. So all of it works together to create the need of prescriptions, the need of income, of Medicaid, welfare, programs for single mothers. Because fathers believe they have to go out here and sell the drugs to provide for their family, which in return actually takes you away from your family when you get incarcerated, which in return sends your mother, who might not have it to support the family. Now she got to get on these programs, who now can't get off the program because now that's the crutch of comfortability. And she will not see in the man that she can provide with and build on. And it's a recycling effect. The daughter sees this that her mother's doing, and in return, the daughter follows the program. Generational curses come from this happening the way it's happening. And we can't stop it unless we fix the main objective, which is the traps that are being set by the government. These traps are being set by the government, and we have to look into it so we can avoid these traps. Why are most of the men that go into jail minority? 85% are minority, or maybe 92% are minority. Yes, you have some Caucasians or some white or other ethnic groups going to jail, but majority of them are minority, Spanish and Black. And this is because these traps are fast money traps that are put out there. And we fall into these pitfalls. And when you fall in, you can't just climb out. It's easy to fall in. It's easy to make money on the side illegally. The problem is when you get caught. What happens when you can't pick up the phone when your daughter calls? What happens when your mother of your child can't find you, don't know where you at? What happens when your daughter don't see you or your son don't see you for 6 months? Now, the other parent that's taking care of the children might not be the wiser to say to their child, listen, your father made a mistake. He's going to do what he can and be there for you. But right now, it's me, you, and your sister. And when dad gets it together, he's going to call and you get to work it out with your father. That's not what's being said to these children. In return, they might be saying to the father, to the son, or to the daughter, oh, your father tried to get that money. You know what I'm saying? He out there hustling. He out there providing for you, robbing and stealing, and he out here, and that's what you do to raise your family. That's how you do. You go out here, you do what you got to do to provide for your family. And I understand that the roads and other life paths are not that easy, and some people have no other option but to go into this path. But I suggest that you don't repeat that cycle of teaching your siblings, your kids, your next generation of people that they need to go hustle and sell drugs to provide for their family, because all of you are creating is generational curses that attack them, letting them think they got to go out here and make money at a young age to provide. And really, the decisions you make are yours. I'm not saying you wasn't dealt a bad hand. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying not having a father in your life is not a bad hand. I'm not saying you're not dealt a bad hand when your mother's not in your life, or your parents pass and they're not there for you. There's no one to look out for you. Yes, you are dealt a bad hand. Absolutely. The odds, excuse me, are stacked against you. Absolutely. I am totally telling you that your next moves need to be very much calculated. And if you're a young child, you don't know how to calculate to make the moves for you. So you put into these systems, foster homes and things like that, where they don't treat you any better and it's worse and things are not better for you. But I know a man. And yes, I'm telling you, you might have to seek faith in things you don't see. Yes, you must trust things that you can't grab. But just try to understand that your energy, who you are as a person, the energy that you push is what's returned to you. And sometimes it might not come back to you right away. You might strike out a lot before you finally hit the ball. And then when you hit the ball, it's not a play. Sometimes you do good and still don't move forward. Just understand everything you do is another brick laid on your foundation to move you in the right direction on solid ground. It's not easy when you're pushed into these environments where there's drug infested area that you live in. You have the roaches, you have the rats, you have Ock down the block, you have police brutality, you have Serena on the corner selling her body, you have the dope fiends around you. These things in this environment is not a projection to make you successful. These are all traps that set there to distract you and make you become a statistic. And what you have to understand and try to push through is don't let your immediate surroundings dictate your destination. Don't let your immediate surroundings dictate your destination, because you have greatness in you. And when you believe it and say it out your mouth as it's so, in the atmosphere, in the cosmoses, and this is going to go over a lot of people's head. This ain't for everybody, because if you in tune with it, you know. And those of you to know, there it is. But for those of you who don't understand, for those of you who don't understand the kinetic energy and what you push out comes back around you, or how you speak into the atmosphere, align the stars to move and shine a light where they can guide you through them dark pathways. This might go over your heads, guys. We just turned this into a whole new episode, and I'm sorry. But when I get it, I got to give it out. So I want you to understand. I talked this with one of my friends earlier this week, and it's about aligning your stars and how when you talk, your immediate cosmos, your immediate energy around you shifts. It shifts. It knows what your energy gives out. You can't fake it. You can act like you happy for somebody, but your real energy is dispersed. And The cosmos picks it up, it gravitates to it, and then shifts around to bring that energy back to you. I'm not going to stay too long on this, but I'm going to tell you, if you don't believe what I'm saying to you, take yourself out of the middle. For those who are opportunists, who enjoy stepping on other people and taking advantage of other people, stop it. Take the time to give out pure love and energy. And it might not happen right away, but your good energy will be returned to you. If you want to excel in life, you got to put out positive energy into your cosmos. Your bitterness, you being angry, frustrated with the world and things that are happening to you is because the energy you're giving out. Now, sometimes negative energy comes because we need to what? It's building up your next journey, your next leap. And your next leap might be very difficult, but you got to be battle tested. So sometime when you go through something, it's preparing you for that great war. I'm not going to hold you guys. And this just turns into a whole new thing. But I want to tell you guys about a movie I saw a long time ago, long time ago, called The 300. And there's a famous movie. Everybody loved the movie. And in the movie, 300 men fought against 20,000, 10,000. And they came, saw, and they kicked butt. And they stayed together. And they were strong. And I want you to know the key things in this movie that's still touching to this day is when you present a strong mindset, when you present into your atmosphere that you are who God said you are, or who you are because of what you know inside, and you push that out, people begin to see it. People begin to believe in themselves that they are that too. And now that one person that's speaking out that energy turns into two. Two turns into 10. 10 turns into the 300. And now those 300 men can go and stand the test of time against thousands because they're on one accord. And that energy they have is tremendous. That energy they have is unbreakable. The cosmos lines up for them. The stars line up. And everybody around the world can see that those 300 men made a difference. I challenge everyone to start their own 300. I challenge everyone to start off with 2, 3 people that's on the same mindset to build. 5, 10, build strong together, unity, one mindset, one goal, one kinetic energy. That force is unbreakable, unbeatable force. If you don't believe me, just try it. What you got to lose? Because the way you're working right now and what you're doing ain't working. You can lie to other people, but your energy is seen by other people. We can see it. You're in a circle. You're running around chasing your tail. It's not working out for you. You're mad at everybody except your own decisions that you're making because you're not chasing the right thing. First, fix your mindset. Stop eating certain foods. I'm about to go, guys. I'm sorry. I just ran. I'm sorry. But I want you to understand what you put into your body affects your brain and how you think. Your environment of where you at affects you. Who you hang around affects you. The music you listen to affects you. Guys, I'm your host from Manny Unplugged. We didn't even go on topic. I'm sorry. I had a whole lot of things to talk about. But hey, chalk this up to when the stars line up, things move in your favor. I'm Jermaine McCrimmon. This is a Manny Unplugged. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace.